Hello and welcome back to Games Embassy with the Ambassadors of Gaming. I'm one of your army of hosts, Ambassador Chris.
And I'm Ambassador Michael.
And we have news about stuff in our humble corner of the internet.
It's very exciting.
Mike, yeah, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm tired. It feels like a lazy Sunday. But
yeah, it feels like a lazy Sunday, but I have to go study for a final that I have tomorrow in college.
Yeah,
so
that's unfortunate. Finals suck.
Yeah, but it's this and then one more semester and I'm done. So
there you go. At the end of the undergraduate road.
Yeah. So you want to go ahead and take us to our Patreon plug?
Of course. So we have a nice little Patreon page where you can get some cool perks and goodies, like early access to the shows. You can get your comments, questions, and concerns read on the show if you so wish. And you can also get exclusive content that we release just there on the Patreon. We actually just put out the group chat that you recorded with Kevin and Jason, right? The live service one. We just put that out on Patreon roughly about a week or two ago. And that's going live for everybody free in about a week or two. So again, you get nice stuff over there. It's reasonably priced. And the site is patreon.com/ambassadors of gaming.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. Let's get into the updates, announcements, and other miscellaneous news. Starting out, new games are coming to PS Now, and those include PUBG, Wolfenstein: The Old Blood, and Formula 1 2019.
Xbox Game Pass is getting some new titles as well. My Friend Pedro is coming to the service. Naruto to Boruto, Shinobi Striker, Demon's Tilt, Wander Song, eFootball PES 2020, Overcooked 2, Pathologic 2, and Tom Clancy's The Division. The
original Division?
Yeah, the original one.
It's just now getting to Game Pass.
Yep.
Okay.
I thought it was weird too.
Got it. All right. So reportedly, A Plague Tale 2 is in development. Publisher Focus Home Interactive did not deny the game's existence, which according to now apparently means that something's happening to people on the internet.
Right.
According to the report, the game is set to be revealed in 2020 with a 2022 release date.
That'd be exciting. I've heard good things about the original.
I love how we take no denial.
Well, they put out a statement, and the statement was basically like, yeah, we're working with them again, but we can't confirm or deny a sequel.
But I'm saying maybe if it's not in that situation, people do this thing. I swear on the internet, they're like, well, you didn't deny this. So then they expect it. And then when they don't announce it, they get mad.
Yeah,
that's
true. That does happen frequently.
Yeah. And it's like, well, we didn't say it was we didn't exactly say it was in development, or we didn't exactly say we were going to reveal it at this time. And then people get mad.
Yeah. Rumors and hype are brutal sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of rumors and hype, Resident Evil 3 remake art leaks on PlayStation Network. Great. Gamstat, I think that's how you pronounce that, pulled the artwork from the store revealing the rumored title. The site pretty much just pulls assets all the time from the store, so leaks happen frequently. Eurogamer has confirmed that the artwork is indeed real. And the game has been rumored to be revealed sometime this week, either at the State of Play on Tuesday or the Game Awards. So I'm sure that'll be exciting.
Isn't it normally Walmart that poops the bed?
Yeah, I think it's Canadian Walmart.
Yeah, and reveals, puts postings for things that aren't supposed to be up.
Yeah, it's either that, some obscure Germanic country, or Australia. It's usually the case.
Yeah. Okay. So Riot Games settles the lawsuit over gender pay discrimination. If you did forget, we reported on an article. I believe Jason Schreier. Did Jason Schreier write that one?
I think actually it was Cecilia.
No, it was not. It was not. Yeah, it was Cecilia.
Yeah. Sad news. I didn't write it in here, but she is leaving Kotaku. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that this week. I had it up in the news, and I was like, it's not really news about stuff, but like you brought it up, so. Yeah, she's leaving, which is sad because she writes good articles. The
writing of this article in particular was really good.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah.
If you don't remember, she reported on the toxic work environment of at Riot Games, particularly for female employees. Would you bang lists, farting in people's faces, real deal stuff. And apparently, women were punished when they tried to speak out or to report what would happen. They'd either get passed up for a promotion or just would be asked to leave or would be moved to a different section rather than actually solving the problem. The company has agreed to pay out a $10 million settlement to all women that have been employed by the company over the last 5 years. And keep in mind, this is just for the women in the lawsuit, correct?
No, this is for all women that have worked for the company over the last 5 years.
All right. So $10 million split out amongst them is still probably going to be a
decent amount of money,
a decent chunk
to cover what they should have been paid.
Probably around 10, 15 grand, depending on how many people work there. Not to say that that's, fixing the problem, but
right.
They put out their statement saying we will do better. And as companies do when they're caught with their pants down, farting in people's faces.
We're sorry we farted in people's faces and didn't pay people fairly.
Yeah, it makes you think of the South Park bit with the what's his name?
Company?
No, not the cable company.
Oh, okay.
The oil.
No, oil.
BP oil, where the dude's like laying naked and goes like, "We're sorry."
We're sorry.
Yeah, and it just shows him in like a whole bunch of different situations. We're sorry. We'll do better.
Yeah, it's like an ad or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So moving on from there, game announcement that's you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's for me. Game announcements and release dates. My much anticipated game for 2020, Persona 5 Royale, which is basically just a remaster, is coming over to the West on March 31st, 2020. So that's very exciting. Star Wars Battlefront 2 Celebration Edition leaked and then was confirmed by EA to be releasing on December 5th. So that's already out.
Pretty ballsy for them to...
I don't really understand the point because there's no DLC. Like you don't pay for DLC. So I'm not sure what the new edition includes.
Maybe it comes with some card packs and stuff.
Maybe. That probably is the most likely scenario. It comes with card packs or in-game currency or something. Yeah. It might just honestly be repackaged for all we know. So who knows?
I do know that game does have a following now. I mean, I know that we've crapped on it a lot for it being a poster child for
microtransactions gone wild.
Microtransactions gone absolutely up the wall. But I know that game does have a following now. And what's really funny is that it kind of sucks because there are people who played right when the game came out or who played really early, in the beta and stuff and got like the cards and stuff that were really easy to get. And they have those now. And the newer people that play after the fact who don't get those are immediately at a disadvantage. So like there's still annoying. People who are like more powerful than others because they got a hold of that stuff.
Well, maybe that's why you shouldn't make multiplayer RNG.
I mean, if it works for FIFA.
Yeah, I guess. But who really cares? You're just playing the same FIFA. You have to all restart at the beginning of the year every year for FIFA. When you buy the new FIFA, none of your stuff carries over. This it does. So like they've been getting their butts whooped for years at this point.
Also, is this Persona 5 going to make it to Switch?
No, because for some reason Atlas hates us. I wish, dude. I was really holding out that it was coming to Switch, but it's not. They're putting out that like Dynasty Warriors Persona game on Switch for some reason, but they're not putting out this one.
Like Joker is in Switch. Joker is in Smash. Yeah. Why can't we get real Persona 5?
I don't know. It's not even that powerful or like that demanding of a game. Like it came out on PS3.
If Astral Chain can run as good as it can on Switch, there's no reason Persona 5 can't.
I think that at some point you'll probably see it get over there, but it's probably going to be another year or so. Because typically when it comes to games like this, they just release them and then eventually port them to Switch. So and at this point, there's no point in porting Persona 5. So they might as well just do this one.
Sure. All right. So let's get on to some news. I'm sure you've all seen this already. A Spiderman 4 game has been found. YouTube channel Hard for Games revealed footage of the game coming from a developer Wii. The footage shows off an early build of the game with generic enemies and some newspaper clippings about the Vulture. Somebody canceled its fourth Spider-Man movie to reboot the series. And that was the reboot with Andrew Garfield and everything.
Correct.
For good reason. Some of those Toby McGuire movies are pretty cringy.
Right. Yeah. upon revisiting, they are not great.
Yeah. The Spider-Man 2 game for PlayStation 2, though, I think is one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 2. It was very
we discussed
fun.
this many times. It's definitely one of the better ones. It's also one of the ones with open world that was actually like good.
Yeah, for the PlayStation.
Right.
It was pretty impressive that they got like how huge, like the huge like Manhattan Island area.
Manhattan Island, yeah. I think it's a little bit of that and a little bit of the Statue of Liberty, I think, is in there as well.
Mm-hmm. You get to the Statue of Liberty, and you can get to Ellis Island.
Right. So they did a decent job. I mean, obviously it's condensed down. It's not as big as like the PS4 Spider-Man, but it's still impressive for a PS2.
And it's important to point out the PS4 Spider-Man took a lot of the best features from that game.
Yeah, exactly.
And put it into, I didn't play the Spider-Man 3. I did not play that. So I don't know how good that was or how well it was received.
Well, there were two different games actually made because they made one for PlayStation 3 and 360, and then they made one for PS2 and Xbox. And they were two different games made by two different studios, which was super. Because like in the PS2 version one, the big thing about that movie was the symbiote, right? And then just to recap, the PS2 one let you take the suit on and off, and you got to keep it at the end of the game. Whereas in the PS3 360 one, it followed the movie more, where you just had the suit on, but it gave you power ups. So like it changed the way you could play the game.
To it later.
Yeah, basically then because it follows the story of that third movie, you just don't have access to the suit. It's just gone.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. So, but the enemies aren't rebalanced. They're only balanced for like the suit. So it's all, the balance is all messed up at the back end of the game. But anyways, I thought that was really cool because people have clamored for that fourth Spider-Man movie for a long time. Obviously, they're not going to do that now. So it's just cool to kind of see where they were thinking about going with it. I think wasn't Vulture the villain they picked for the first solo one with Tom Holland? I think that's the villain they picked.
Yes. Yeah, Vulture in Homecoming.
Sounds about right. So do you have anything left to say on that? You and I have never even discussed those movies, so I don't even know if you have any opinion on it one way or another.
I mean, it's cool that they found, if you go looking around, there's a whole bunch of studios that have a whole bunch of prototype work from things that just never came to light.
Right.
So it makes you wonder like about other games like Diddy Kong Racing.
That's true. That is one of the ones we hear about frequently. Yeah.
Especially from developers saying that they do have some, they're like somewhere on some hard drive, there's a really early build of Diddy Kong Racing.
That's super funny. That reminds me of Square's just not having builds anymore. They're just like, yeah, we don't know where old games are.
Yeah. They're like, we hope there's no fire. We hope there's no fire or flood because we are going to lose everything.
Yeah. Cause we don't know where anything is.
Yeah.
Dang.
We won't have any more rich stories like from Kingdom Hearts 3. Ooh, got him.
Or Final Fantasy 15.
Ooh, got him.
Oh, I got him again. Anyways, I'm done shitting on Square Enix for now. Let's talk about card games because that's what we love as gamers. So Elder Scrolls Legends is no longer getting new content. It's basically dead. So it's still going to get updates, I think, like in terms of dealing with stability and stuff. But other than that, it's pretty much done. So Bethesda announced that the card game will not be getting any new expansions or new content. And they also did not give any additional information about the unreleased console versions of the game. So I'm going to take a wild guess and say that that's all dead. And they're just done with that.
It could be. It's just not making enough for them to justify it.
I assume so.
Justify the work that's getting put into it. I mean, some of those card games, like Hearthstone and have
Magic. I think, I think it's called MTG Arena or something. Yeah. They make a lot of money on those.
They have a huge following. They have a huge following. And I thought Elder Scrolls Legends had a huge following too.
I did too. Based off of the limited I'd heard about it, I always heard good things from people that had played it, that they liked it. So, but maybe it's just that there's too many card games out. I mean, we're going to talk about another one here in a minute. So maybe it's just too many. Dark Souls got a card game where it's like impossible for you to win. Like it's like a Dark Soul, like it's like solitaire mixed with it's like a game where you play against yourself basically. And it's just the hardest thing you can possibly do. I guess that sounds about right for Dark Souls.
Solitaire on steroids.
Jesus. It'd be like, oh, you need to draw your roll. If you don't draw a roll, you're screwed. You're going to take damage.
You better hope you draw
terrible.
it. You better hope you draw a dodge, or this dude's sword's going right through your throat.
Yeah, it's gonna do half of your health.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh no, it's Dark Souls. You're done.
Yeah, that's also true. If it's a boss, yeah, you're probably done.
Yeah, you're done.
You take one or two on that.
All right. So speaking of this, you can go on to the next one because it's kind of something similar.
Sure. CD Projekt Red will no longer support the console versions of Gwent.
I say it. CD Projekt Red will no longer support the console versions of Gwent.
You told me to go. Anyways,
the developer said it will support. That said that it will stop the support for the console versions of that game starting December 9th. The game will still be released on iOS and Android. The developer says the reason for dropping support is that they do not believe they can support multiple versions of the game while improving features on all platforms. It could be something similar. Like,
yeah, they're just not making enough money. Probably
they're not making enough money on those platforms to justify all the work in working on all of them at once.
Right. Well, typically card games also come with, you can either manage them in one or two ways. You can unlock them randomly without pay, which creates a fairer balance, or you sell card packs. And I don't know, there's just not an ecosystem for that on console. People don't want to have to keep buying card packs on console. They don't want to have to keep spending $3, $5. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
they will with FIFA and stuff, but I think that's different.
That's one of the reasons that I didn't like Magic, because I've never been a card game person, but I did like Magic when I first heard about it.
Right.
But the fact that sets come out so frequently, and they're like, yeah, you're not allowed to use these cards anymore.
Yeah, that is a very Magic thing. To make you continually buy cards.
Yeah, you make you continually buy cards and buy them in packs, no less. So you have to, hope you get good stuff. And it's just, I mean, I get that's how those card games make money. But for the consumer who doesn't want to constantly be buying card packs,
right? Like, why bother? I don't know. That's part of the reason why I stopped playing Magic. It's because it became so expensive.
Like, what if EA one-upped people and said, "Oh yeah, every year or every 2 or 3 months, we're just gonna wipe your players. You got to start all over again."
we're gonna release a new card pack, and it's way better than the old.
Dude, EA, listen to me right now. Release some of the players for one season, and then make those players unplayable, so that people have to buy new players. Dude, I just tripled your profits right there.
It is gonna be. I can't remember the context of the episode of South Park, but that one where he's sitting they're like cut off from the internet and they're in camps. Do you know
that episode? Yeah, I know what you're referring to.
Yeah, EA is like sitting in that room full of, male reproductive juices.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. You're welcome. Anyways, card games are apparently dying, except Blizzard's and Magic. So there's that, I guess.
Not as long as they got that sweet China money.
Pretty much, actually. So anyways, let's move on to the last story, the biggest one, I think, of the week. So reportedly, Microsoft is still planning 2 SKUs of the next-gen Xbox. Everyone's favorite leaker, Jason Schreier, has published an article earlier in the week claiming that sources have told him there are still plans for a cheaper diskless Xbox. While the report mostly covers information we have previously heard, there is some new information revealed as well. The digital-only Xbox, codenamed Lockhart, is thought to be the successor to the Xbox One S, with Scarlett being the successor to the Xbox One X, having a similar difference in power and performance. The developers who have seen it say it is very similar to the PS4 Pro and capable of its power and graphics and what it can produce. But there's also some major differences between it and the Pro. Lockhart is said to have a solid state drive to reduce those load times, but it also is supposed to have a faster CPU than what's currently available on the consoles we have now, so the X and the Pro. So I don't really know how that works. It's kind of confusing. But Microsoft is said to want performances to be at 4K 60 frames per second on Anaconda and 1440 on Lockhart with 60 frames per second. Kotaku also reports that Lockhart will be heavily promoted using Project xCloud and Game Pass.
Yeah, so it makes sense. I was literally, that was going to be the first thing I was going to say. I was going to be like, that looks like that smaller one is more targeted toward Project xCloud,
right?
To sell a piece of Xbox hardware for your TV, even if you're using xCloud.
Yeah. And I can't remember the exact details of it, but they recently talked about xCloud being included in Game Pass. I can't remember if that's Game Pass or Game Pass Ultimate, but I know that
I don't remember, but I know what you're saying. It's included with one of those somewhere. Game Passes. Yeah.
Yeah. So that totally makes sense, because at that point, if you're getting the discless Xbox, you might as well get Game Pass. Like, there's no sense in not getting it. So,
yeah, it's going to be the equivalent of Stadia's Chromecast Ultra, where they probably won't have TV apps for. At first, I thought maybe smart TVs would come out with like a Stadia app, but no, that way, if they make you, if you want to play it on the TV, they force you to buy their hardware,
which is weird because it doesn't really need it.
No, it doesn't.
Like, realistically speaking, because most of the apps can push 4K now too, can't they? Like streaming apps.
I don't know, but Stadia is pretty bad. I have it. I got the Founders Edition, and it's pretty bad.
Just generally speaking, when you're at home,
dude. Just to, I'll give you an example. Please.
Go ahead.
So for testing purposes, I was like, you know what? I don't really feel like playing Destiny. But I just recently started playing as a Titan. I have a new character. I'm like, you know what? I need to go get the exotics. So Xur is on Titan right now. So I'm like, okay, I'll just log on Stadia. I'm watching TV on Hulu on my TV, streaming it. I'm like, okay, I'll just log on to, Google Chrome on my desktop and go over to Xur. It was like I was in a maze of mirrors with people constantly trying to trip me. This isn't an exaggeration when I say it was unplayable.
That's
absolutely
horrible.
Unplayable. The screen was freezing. At one point, it didn't crash, but the screen went black, so I had to refresh the page and to get back to the game. It took me forever. Absolutely forever.
That's dumb.
Movement was near impossible. So... And in the best conditions, which I have played it at school and on the school's Wi-Fi, it's pretty amazing. But even then there's input lag, and it does randomly will just tank for like 2 seconds.
That's so weird. So what? It's from the spikes?
Yeah. Yeah. It just goes to show in the very best condition, there's always going to be input lag. So I would never do something competitive or make my primary gaming on Stadia.
Right. Like Call of Duty or Overwatch or anything like that.
Oh, absolutely not.
We'll see how that works out for them. I think hopefully with streaming on an Xbox, it'd be different only because one, I've tried xCloud on my phone and it works pretty well. It's weird. Mostly I don't like using it on my phone because the screen is really small. But maybe if I were to actually output it and stream it to a TV, it would be okay. But I haven't had the chance to do that yet. So hopefully when you're using it, well, go ahead.
They force you to use the Stadia controller on the Chromecast Ultra.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
But everywhere else, it supports a whole bunch of other controllers, including the Switch Pro controller. I don't know why, but it does.
Yeah, that's very strange because Nintendo doesn't really let anybody use their stuff or use their stuff on their hardware. So
yeah, it supports it.
That's very interesting. It must just be the way it's designed with the Bluetooth or whatever.
So,
but that's pretty much it.
I don't know what Microsoft's going to do with xCloud.
I don't know either. It works theoretically. I mean, we've tried it. It's okay, but I don't know if it's the primary way I want to play games.
I don't think streaming is anywhere where it's supposed to be right now.
No, but I think
it's not worth buying.
Definitely agree there. That's why I think it's included with Game Pass and not being charged as its own thing.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if it's included with Game Pass or Game Pass Ultra.
Well, I looked it up and they just vaguely said Game Pass. I think they would have specified if it was Game Pass Ultimate. I don't see, to be fair, I don't see any reason that it wouldn't be included in both, because with a discless one, you're going to be online all the time anyways. So you might as well get gold. So you might as well just get Ultimate and call it a day.
Mean, I don't buy many AAA games though. So for me, Game Pass isn't worth it. I am a solitary gamer.
I want to play the exclusives. So that's the only reason I got Game Pass in the first place.
Yeah, the games that I get, I usually maybe will get one exclusive a year. Like I'll use Horizon Zero Dawn as an example. Mm-hmm. I play a lot of Switch. I play my Switch a lot.
Right.
I play Destiny a lot. I'm one of those gamers where I have like one or two games that I just play a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, if that's how you enjoy it, I just like mixing things up. So
yeah,
but
anyways, we game to game
on that rabbit hole. But I don't know. We'll see what's up with streaming here. I guess roughly in about a year's time, these consoles will be out, right? So we'll have a better understanding then.
I don't think actual dedicated gaming hardware is going anywhere for a while. So don't worry.
I can't imagine it going anywhere. Plus, they're designing the new ones to be extremely powerful offline as well. So they don't believe in it either.
Yeah.
Not to the extent Google does. So.
But I just wanna email, like, what's your favorite experience on Stadia? And I'll just like it reminds me of when Nintendo pointed out what's your favorite piece of Zelda music, and someone pointed out here it's this, and it's just a picture of the copyright strike after a song got taken down off YouTube.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, for being a Nintendo song. And I feel like Stadia would go like, all right, what's your guys' favorite experience on Stadia so far? I'm just go like me struggling to even move in Destiny.
Just the absolutely disgustingly abhorrent lag.
Yeah, it was unplayable. It wasn't just laggy, it was just unplayable. But
it's really unfortunate when it's like that.
Yeah, so. I had high hopes for it because it's Google, but it's still young and it can only get better. Hopefully.
Yeah, if they keep pumping money into it, it'll eventually get better. But we'll have to just wait and see. Again, roughly in about a year's time frame, I think we'll have a way better understanding of where everybody's at. So it's just going to be a wait and see thing, I think.
So, all right. But anyway, try and check us out at least once a week. That's how often we try and do this. You might like what you find, but we are going to go ahead and get out of here. I am Ambassador Chris.
And I am Ambassador Michael.
And we'll see you next time.
Goodbye, friends.
We're gone.